until you really don't have these things, you think, oh, that's going to fix it. That new car is going to fix it. Oh, another girl is going to fix it. And when you have everything, when you have money, you have the cars, the girls, fame, and you still feel even worse, then you say, oh, shit. Now there's nothing else that can pile on top of that to cover that pain. And you will internalize it and you'll implode. And what we're going to talk about here is how to get rid of some of that stuff. Because there's very simple techniques. Whenever you have an emotional reaction or something bad happen to you, you will internalize it. You will hardwire that response. William Reich, I don't know if you've heard of him, he was a student of Freud and a very wise man. He got into bioenergetics and things like that, and he had a saying that said, the issues, meaning emotional attachments or problems, get trapped in the tissues. We have the cellular memory. The medical doctors, they'll probably yell at me for saying this, but to them there's a split between the mind and the body. There is not. It's one thing. So we get this stuff internalized, and we feel it somewhere in our body. And it's almost like, I'm a Mac guy, but like let's say you're running Windows. People tell me there's like little corrupted system resources somewhere on the bases. You can pile on top of that whatever you will. It's like the princess on the pea. It will always run into this little problem. And then the programs that you pile on top of it, like Outer Game or Women or whatever it is, keep crashing. And you don't know why that is. But there's a little thing down there, tiny thing that was maybe embedded when you were 3 or 4 years old, and maybe you had a breakup with a girl, or it's something that your grandma said to you, you're no good, you'll never do anything good, whatever it is. It gets hardwired, and it's like an emotional drift mine. You know, in the war, the British used to put out these mines. They drifted about 15, 20 meters underneath the water. You never knew where they are. They'd run into those all the time. They didn't know where they are. They just float around. And this is sort of like all the emotional stuff. If you don't get it handled, you will run into those emotional drift mines at the worst possible time. So I think the best approach that people like Steve or I have, or Eric, Hypnotica, Rasputin, is that you need to clear that stuff out. It's like emotional plaque. You know what that is? It's like plaque is the stuff you get into your gut. And then you need to do emotional high colonics. You know what colonics are? It's when they take a tube and stick it where you don't want to really, and flush it all out. And that's sort of like the kind of work that I do. I make people aware of what that stuff is. In order to find, you have to find the drift mines to work issue-free, to work smoothly. But you need to find them first and find out what they are. And that's what these trance techniques are for. This is what hypnosis is for, self-hypnosis is for. It's a very easy way to get there. And I want to demonstrate just, you guys, I don't know if you guys are interested in doing a little exercise. It's a very simple one. Just nod your heads if you're into that. I'll show you how to clear some stuff very quickly. Without any, it's a simple exercise, so it may seem like, oh, this can't really work. But I guarantee you one thing, you keep doing this, every time you have something come up, any kind of emotional issue or approach anxiety, whatever it is for you, any kind of self-doubt, oh yeah, a voice in your head, you can do this exercise and it will clear it right out. I'm going to ask my lovely assistant here, Nadine, to demonstrate this for you. And you guys have a choice. It's being taped, so you may be able to see it later, and I'm going to make it available as both a written exercise on my website or as an MP3. And if you want it, you can either watch me do it with her, this exercise, or you can just do the exercise with this. So that's up to you. You guys want to play a game?